Hi, and thanks for coming back. Today we're reading and reviewing Amazing Spider-Man issue 24. Quick recap up to now. Torment, the villain in this series, is systematically killing the relatives of Peter Parker, Eddie Brock, and Mary Jane. He began with the distant relatives and is now tightening the spiral toward the closest loved ones. In the last issue, Torment killed the Shocker, stole his sonic cannon gauntlets, I think specifically to use them against Eddie Brock / Carnage. Torment's true identity is still a mystery, but I've read some theories out there. One of them being Dylan Brock, the son of Eddie Brock, which would be spectacular. And the other one is Kane Parker. If you guys remember him, he became the Scarlet Spider. He was another Spider clone, but he had some flaws, if I remember the storyline correctly. But if you want me to delve into that storyline, please let me know. Drop me a comment. And with that, let's continue the story of Torment. Start off saying many years ago, or in the past, specifically Eddie Brock's past, as we see a young Eddie Brock with his father. He's narrating, "Love means never having to say you're sorry." That's how my dad saw it anyway. We see a young Eddie Brock say, "I didn't mean it," as he braces for Eddie Brock's dad punching him right in the nose. Eddie's dad, "I don't want to hear it, Eddie. I hate you," says Eddie. "I bet you do. And you know what? I'm not so fond of you myself, but how we feel doesn't matter so much in the end. You know why, son? Because of the blood." His dad continues, "It's a tricky thing, family. Family can mess with you like no one and nothing else. Hurt you like you've never been hurt. And somehow you don't walk away. You just wish it were different. You try to fix things." Eddie, "That's no fixing this, Dad. No fixing you." His dad, "Maybe not, but you'll still think about me once I'm gone. You'll wish it had been different. That's family for you. That's blood. Now get out. I don't care where. I don't want to see you around here for a while." Eddie narrating, "That was my father, Carl Brock." We cut back to the present, the Bronx. We see Eddie Brock's father dead at his feet. Eddie narrating, "I wish it had been different." Carnage yells, "Eddie, snap out of it. Yes, your papa's dead. Your mean, cold, cruel father who hit you more than he hugged you. You hated him, and he hated you." Eddie snaps out of it for a second and says, "My father, you killed my..." Carnage interrupts again. "But the writing's on the wall. Torment rules. This is Torment, the family killer. What are you going to do about it? You only want to kill killers? Well, here you go. After all, like your dearly departed father used to say." Eddie Brock and Carnage at the same time says, "Yes, I know. This is about blood," as they prepare to attack Torment. Torment playfully responds, "Isn't it always?" Carnage yells, "Die!" as he attacks Torment, who jumps out of the way just in the nick of time and yells, "So much yelling. Let's try listening for a change, huh?" as he aims the gauntlets at Carnage and unleashes the sonic cannons. We see Carnage screaming. Torment says, "See? I know you can hear it." The Carnage symbiote suit dissipates to reveal Eddie Brock knocked out. Torment walks up and says, "I could finish you off now, but the spirals just aren't tight enough. A few more loops, Eddie Brock, for you and your family. That's all. Then it will feel the way I need it to feel." Cut to Manhattan. We see Spider-Man on the ground as he says, "Yowzer, and you want to get that license plate on that Brock that hit me?" He starts thinking in his head, plenty of folks have exes, and most have one in particular, a biggie, someone in the rear view who's, I guess, larger than they appear. For me, it's Mary Jane, and now she is Venom, someone I've been closer to than almost anyone in my life. Has bonded with an alien symbiote that tried to kill me so many times I've lost count. And that used to be a skin-tight costume I wore without any, nope, let's just not think about that right now. Mary Jane chimes in, "Are you all right? Can you stand? We have to get moving." Spider-Man, "At least you didn't bond with Toxin. I mean, talk about a toxic ex, right?" Mary Jane, "Hilarious, Peter. We're more concerned about who Eddie Brock decided to bond with, Carnage." Venom and Spider-Man are swinging through the city looking for Carnage as Spider-Man says, "I know Eddie's gone through some dark phases, but Carnage is a killer. That's all it is, all it exists to do. Why do you think Eddie would choose him?" Venom, "Carnage and Eddie were both badly injured after their battles with Meridius. It's possible Eddie didn't have a choice. I hope that's how it is, and Eddie's got Carnage under control, but I'll be honest, MJ, it didn't seem that way." Venom, he was upset. Talking about a killer going after his father? I know where Carl Brock lives. Eddie knew, so I know. Spider-Man says, well, then lead the way and let's hope we're not too late. And while I'm hoping, I'm going to go ahead and hope for no more surprises. You and Venom, Eddie and Carnage, that's plenty. No more surprises. Is that too much to ask? Now cut to a new scene. It says, meanwhile, elsewhere in a dream, we see a bunch of mushroom-looking creatures surrounding Brian Nehring in a hazmat suit. Creatures, please help us, Father. We just want to grow up and see the world. But they catch us and we die. Don't you hear us screaming? Brian, yeah, it's sucky. I mean, I feel it, but I don't really like kids all that much. And if I'm your father, I hate to see your mother. Know what I mean? The creatures keep talking. They trap us and kill us. Please help us. Hide. Brian, will you shut up and just so I can just stop this stupid dream? And you can't just call me Brian. We see the creatures climbing into Brian's mouth, saying, yay, he's going to save us. The creatures, hide, deep, protect us, Father. We're now cut to McCarthy Medical Hospital, room of Peter Parker's friend, Brian Nehring. A medical staff says, okay, almost done. How's the air quality? Every day since he's come in, we've been burning through air filters. I think we've incinerated 50 pounds of biomass from whatever he inhaled. The other medical staff, good Lord. Yeah, but today I'm hardly picking up anything. I think these antifungals are doing their job. This keeps up in a day or so. Mr. Nehring's going to get a clean bill of health. It's a damn miracle. Spider-Man and Venom get to Carl Brock's apartment, and Spider-Man screams, oh no, this is awful. Eddie didn't get here in time, and neither did we. Mary Jane, we need to find whoever did this now. We might already know, Peter. We could be seeing this all wrong. Eddie said a killer was going after his father. And guess what? Carnage is a killer. Spider-Man responds, you think Eddie did this? I know he and his dad weren't close, but... Venom, he hated him, Peter. Carnage could have fed on that, built it up in Eddie's mind, made killing Carl Brock seem like a good idea. Yeah, maybe. And look at this. Torment rules? Not exactly how Carnage used to sign his kills, but close. Maybe Eddie's in Torment? Does that track? By the way, let me know if you get the urge to write on any walls. Huh, MJ? Venom, once again, hilarious, Peter. We, meaning Venom, have everything under control. We know exactly what we're doing. I promise. Spider-Man responds, I hope so. Anyway, we need to move. One way or another, Eddie needs our help. Carnage wakes up and runs outside looking for Torment, screaming, I'm not finished with you. We have business. You think you can do this to us, to me, and just run away? I can smell killers. I can smell you, Torment. I know you're close. As we see Carnage grab a garbage truck, he flings the garbage truck and it crashes into an antenna, and Carnage screams, where are you? I'll find you. There's no hiding from us. Carnage is coming. It's coming for Torment. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second, and I'm going to ask you guys to pay attention here. Carnage decides to just hurl a massive garbage truck. Why? Honestly, looking at the scene, it's a bit of a head scratcher. If we're being real, Torment isn't even in his line of sight. So unless Carnage has a personal vendetta against sanitation services, this was a tactical strike. It's pure, unfiltered carnage. Chaos for chaos' sake. Now, with that, I'm just making a mental note here. Let's get back to the story. We cut to a local community garden with people planting in it. As they look up, they see the antenna is about to crash on top of them as they scream, oh no, oh my God, run! As they duck and cover their heads in one panel, and then nothing seems to happen. As they peek out to take a look, Spider-Man and Venom were able to suspend and secure the antenna, preventing it from injuring anyone in the garden. Spider-Man says, how about that? Teamwork really does make the dream work. X's in the workplace. Conventional wisdom says it never works. So much for that old chestnut, huh? We should go on a podcast. Venom, Peter, we know you better than almost anyone. When the bad jokes per minute rate starts going critical, we know what it means. You're having a hard time with this, with us. As they both swing away, Venom says, Carnage is the problem. Everything else can wait. Spider-Man looks at her and says, I'm focused. As a matter of fact, wait, there's our boy right now. As we spot Carnage screaming, where are you? Carnage screams, you can't hide from me. Spider-Man says, Carnage, you need to slow down. You're out of control, Venom. We know about Carl, but you can't put innocent lives at risk. Carnage responds, I'm going after Torment. You two can wait. Don't get in my way. He has the Shocker's tech. Those sonic cannons almost killed us. Spider-Man, confused, says, Torment is a person? Oh, okay. I can track the Shocker's weapons with this. If this Torment guy has them, we can find him. No problem. Bring him to justice for Herman and your father. Kill two birds with one stone. Carnage says, or just kill. We cut back to Torment checking the power left in his sonic gauntlets. He says, maybe a bit too aggressive back there? Used up most of the charge. I'll have to give it time to... Spider-Man comes up behind Torment and says, I would lend you my phone charger, but I think I left it in my other suit. Oh wait, look, as we see Carnage, Venom, and Spider-Man on the wall. Maybe one of these guys have one. We see Torment take aim, saying, don't make me do this. It's not time yet. It's not time. The spirals aren't tight enough. Carnage says, don't worry, Torment. It's me, your old pal, Carnage. Spider-Man's senses starts tingling as he turns to Carnage and says, what the? Carnage grabs Spider-Man and Venom, holds him back as Venom yells, Eddie, what the hell are you doing? Carnage, Eddie isn't doing anything, my dear. In fact, he reveals that Eddie Brock is passed out and Carnage has been in control all along. He says, Eddie isn't here right now. And now, this concludes this issue. Thanks for hanging out at the Comic Book Lounge. Do you guys want to see more of this Torment storyline? Please leave me a comment and subscribe. See you next time.